It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't even care. No, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing our track of time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Why We Think series. This show format is predicated on a substantive elucidation as to what we think about phenomena surrounding football as a whole, or other relative phenomena that we may seek to shine a light upon. The premise is simple. We have a simple topic and we argue why we think it is the way it is, isn't, or should be. On our third episode tonight of Why We Think series, we'll be discussing why we think INEOS can't be successful at Manchester United. As the host of this particular episode, I will set the scene and explain with some points why I'm arguing in favor of the topic, and my co-hosts are supposed to either buttress my points or disagree with me. Lads, INEOS, a petrochemicals company, acquired a 25% stake in Manchester United in February 2024, as you guys all know. The deal was worth approximately $1.6 billion. What was this deal about, if I can break it down? First, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the chairman of INEOS, bought a 25% stake in the club's Class B shares and up to 25% of Class A shares. The deal included a $300 million cash injection to improve the club's Old Trafford Stadium and other infrastructure. INEOS has the casting vote on football-related decisions such as transfer policy and the manager's future. Then, the Glazer family, who have owned United since 2005, remain in overall charge. Crucial to the motivation for seeking to own a stake in the club, amongst other reasons, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, a United fan growing up according to him, claimed that he wants to take the club back to the top of English, European, and world football. Nevertheless, fans raised their collective eyebrows when they had come to realize that Sir Jim Ratcliffe had shared the same ambitions for Chelsea back when the previous Roman Abramovich ownership had to be transferred or sold, according to the UK government. As of December 2024, Sir Jim Ratcliffe transferred his United holdings from Trawlers Limited, the entity Ratcliffe used to buy his stake, to chemical giant INEOS, where Ratcliffe is the CEO and controlling shareholder. The move aligns with INEOS's other sports assets as well. Now, INEOS has already used its vast profits to fund a series of sporting projects in cycling, sailing, and soccer, all with varying success. So, that brings me to my point. Why do these points, or why do some of these historical facts that have been provided or posited so far bring us to believe that INEOS can't be successful at Manchester United? Well, the points are simple. First, it appears as though there is a cult of personality surrounding some of the decision makings that Sir Jim Ratcliffe makes when it comes to the club. We could talk about and point at one that has been very, very glaring as fans to see, which is the appointment of Dan Ashworth and also his ultimate sacking after 5 months. We could talk about bringing a coach in the middle of the season, while not even the middle, earlier into the season, while sacking another coach who you made us believe he was supposed to be the better option at the time. And now, some of the moves with increasing the price tickets of fans going to the stadium, making so many cuts to this club, and claiming that it's best for the club and good for PSR reasons, even though you could have also easily put cash or injected cash into the club to do so as well. So, guys, I make all these points, so I make all these repeat all these facts and points to say or to ask: am I right or wrong? Is it possible, or could it be the case that INEOS may or can't be successful at Manchester United? I'm going to start with you, David.
So, I strongly disagree with you. I disagree with your comments. I disagree with your statements. So, now, will INEOS make mistakes? Yes. Which ownership does not make mistakes? Roman Abramovich, the revered, arguably the greatest club owner of all time, he made mistakes. Who else? Man City, the greatest owners who have set them up for not just success, but sustained success. they've
Mm,
also made mistakes. In fact, they've made a lot of mistakes where they are in court. So ownerships make mistakes, and I, for one, know that some decisions INEOS have made are not the most popular. So they will definitely not be popular with all the fans. But do I think they'll be successful at Manchester United? Yes. Do I think it will take some time for people to see the progress? Yes. Now, um, you can look at it in one of two ways. United have been run to the ground for 17 years. INEOS have come sort of like a savior. United had the option of INEOS or Saudi Arabia. Some Saudi money through Sheikh Al Said Jassim, right, from Qatar. That was a
mm,
possibility. However, it didn't come to fruition because the owners of Manchester United did not want to let go. They are greedy dogs. So they are still there. However, Ineos still was able to put a leg into the door. Since they've come in, they've made multiple structural changes the fans have been clamoring
yeah,
for years.
yeah,
We've needed this, we've asked for this. A good director of football, a footballing structure that's solid, footballing people making decisions that have to do with football, so on and so forth. So they've delivered on these, and I think that they have shown the intention to make United a serious footballing institution. Is it going to be within an easy time frame people are expecting? Probably not. But would they get the job done? I believe so.
I mean, honestly, yes. I'm happy with the changes they've made structurally. But them bringing in Omar Barada, that was a very good move because, sorry, that was someone that was trusted. That already also obviously had a very good reputation, and they brought in, and I feel like he's doing, obviously he's doing well at least, or he did well at Man City anyway. And I've just really loved some of those moves, admittedly. However, I just see some of those signs of what I feel is just meddling from Sir Jim Ratcliffe a bit too much. Okay, say for just imagine you're just a business guy. Someone comes to buy your company with another entity, and then the moment they then get in, they now transfer that entity to INEOS. Everything is INEOS. Everything is INEOS. And then if you look at some of the apart from the cycling business that they're doing really well and petrochemicals, if you then look at some of the the clubs that they're managing right now, how they're doing that, in Nice, the problem remains the same. They don't inject enough cash. They don't. Now I know that Nice and is in League One, is in League One, sorry, and is a different different league markets. Maybe perhaps it's a different league's profile. But what I'm just seeing from them really and truly so far is um they are giving the appearance that they're trying to do some things right, but then it's misguided. How do you increase a using your argument, increasing price tickets from what it was before to £66 pounds? That's crazy.
I
All those
agree
things you are
with
saying that they complain about
I
PSR.
agree. I agree with that choice. Fulham fans
Yeah.
can't be paying more than Manchester United fans to watch their team.
And
I know we
no,
are,
it's not.
but it's unacceptable.
No,
This is Manchester
it's
United.
not,
That's his Fulham Football Club. We have Champions
bro,
Leagues. We are one of the biggest clubs in
bro,
England. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
not
bro,
sorry. I back
no,
that
no, no, no,
decision.
no, no. Those are two different areas in the UK. Those are two different areas. The
I
UK and
agree.
London.
It's in London. I
All the
agree.
areas, all the not just London, in a very rich part of London. Like it's not just about London. That's a very rich part of London. You can't compare that to Manchester, where all the areas around the club or around Old Trafford are in squalor. They're not in good condition.
That's fine. It's a business. There are people willing to pay £100 a ticket. So just
Well,
don't buy it. Somebody else will buy it. That's why it's a commercial business.
Now we are talking about INEOS. I have spoken about INEOS several times. My issue with INEOS is they came into a United team that badly needed owners to lead them for once in the footballing sense. You know, they came in, did the right things, employed the right people and all that. Now, footballing sense aside, you are coming to a team where you know that no matter what you do, you have to invest in that team, player wise, managerial wise, and otherwise. Now we've come to understand that aside this PSR issue, if you look at the way things are, this summer I don't think we spent up to 180 million.
You
Although
mean net spend?
I don't really blame them because it's their first summer. But usually when it's your first summer, you need to go all out and make a statement. We didn't make any statement signing this season, and I was like, okay, how is this
That is the
possible?
exact culture we have to leave. Statement signing
No,
and hero signing.
no.
I
When I'm
back
talking about,
that totally.
can I finish? When I say statement signing, it must not necessarily mean those superstars you're signing. You know, statement signing like key players to the team. You know, when you identify a statement signing, you will know. Someone like Bruno Fernandez was a statement signing. He was a statement signing in all ramifications. He was not even a superstar, but we knew that this is a statement signing because teams wanted him and he was quality. Now we are looking at Amorim, who was badly in need of players to add to reinforce the team. We needed a striker this window. We couldn't get one. Although we obviously we need the best of the best. We can't go for any type of strikers. We only got Dogu in this window. And my I don't like the fact that anytime we don't make signings from now on or after this window, this they always leverage on the PSR thing, which is so it gets irritating now because very soon United will start behave doing. I'm sure I'm having the feeling. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah, but the way these INEOS are behaving, because they've approved the new stadium that they want to build for Old Trafford and all that. Our new stadium that they want to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Now they'll start leveraging the fact that they are spending money on this new stadium. We cannot sign players. If that should happen, we will feel their you know the level of pain Arsenal fans felt when they kept telling them there's no money, we are building stadium. INEOS have come now. They're not even pumping. The first of all, they want to go and they are doing the stadium. Let this stadium thing not interfere with signing of players. That's my only issue here. Because
mm,
number one, these guys, what's they call them? Chic. They offered
mm,
to buy the club outright, 100% clear of debts. Like they were coming to hit the ground running and pump in new energy, new blood, new money, everything into it, and make it as legitimate as possible. Not buying 5% or 20% and getting the rights of what's it called, footballing rights and all that, and all those intricacies that comes with the whole contractual negotiation on ownership. My biggest issue here is, do they have a deep pocket enough to give Amorim what he wants this summer? Because Amorim wants Gyökeres. Gyökeres is 80 million. Do they have the money to go and sign him? So that's my big issue with these people. Be deep enough to compete with the likes of Man City. Because time will tell, honestly speaking. I'm not convinced by any else at all. That's all I have to say.
well, yeah. I mean, it's what's definitely for sure. One point that David made that I think I'm reasoning is perhaps give them some time, but I just don't think they are a new football owner. They're not new to football ownership. If this was this Sheikh, is it Sheikh Mohammed, the former Qatari business mogul
Ajasim,
that wanted to
yeah.
buy, and then it was his first time owning the club. I just see me. If it was first time owning the club, I might say, okay, he's bound to make mistakes. I'm not saying they can't make mistakes. I'm just saying, obviously structurally, the people that are put in place is good. I also like the coach, Amorim. I like some of the players that brought in Manugate, Dogu. Although, well, I like Dogu just not because they've done anything yet, but just theoretically in terms of the position that they were going for. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I've just liked some of the decisions they made player wise. However, I just think that there's some of those moves are very corporate like. They're very corporate based. And sometimes when you think as a corporation, when you are dealing with a football club, you just don't, well, let me not say you just don't, but I don't see that being giving us the success we need. The reason being is because when a football club sometimes, man, you see how they talk about the run of losses all the time. This is a very emotionally charged business investment. You have to be very careful how you play around with it. At the same time, because you're dealing with people that are, football club is about heritage more than just business and just hey do what you want to do, increase price, go up, come down. It's about pride, it's about passion, and people care. And when people care, you just can't toss them around and then increase price. Then you not then buy enough players, then you now start talking. So for me, I'm just saying why I don't think they're going to be successful is because I see a very corporate-like approach to football management. I see what I believe is a cult of personality around Sir Jim Ratcliffe, in the sense that it's centered around what he believes is good for the club. How can you bring in Dan Ashworth and then don't even give him enough time and fire him within 5 months? Eh? And he gonna chop compensation money on top. We're talking about saving the club money, and then you fire Eric Ten Hag after just give signing him a deal a couple months before and costing the club a lot of money in compensation money. I just these are the things I'm like, I'm not really sure what they're doing. It's kind of I'm miffed with some of the decision making, but I'm not saying like take them out. I just don't think or I don't believe that they're probably gonna get us to the promised land. But again, it remains to be seen. So we'll see what happens later down the line. I think that's it from everybody here. So thank you guys so much for joining us again on another episode of Why We Think series. We'll come up with more topics. Let us know if you have any topic you'd like us to cover in the comment section. And yeah, listen to us on Spotify, Music, Apple Podcasts, and all platforms, YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll join you in the next one. And once again, it's been Harrison, and I've been joined by
Your
David
boy
and
Jose.
Canon.
Canon,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And
Thank you
yeah, we'll
guys.
see you
Thank you
guys soon.
guys.
Peace.
Cheers.
Peace, peace, peace.